Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Beyond the Barclay with me, Jez Davies. You're joining me from sunny Colchester today, so we are just about to deliver our preview for the season, and we all joined together the other night, and unfortunately we had some sound issues, so we've decided to do this joint video piece where we're all giving a 3-minute synopsis of our thoughts for the season ahead. So touching upon last season, we all know what happened. It was started quite well, bit inconsistent in patches, but we saw some really good results, but it never happened for us. It never happened for Forup, and quite rightly, he was moved on. I think this pre-season, we've worked on hard to achieve where we needed to strengthen. So, whole new, relatively back line with the only sort of place we haven't recruited is at right back, but perhaps we didn't need to. The rest of it we did definitely, as we lost Angus, and we definitely needed a couple of new centre backs. So I think we've recruited well there. We've got some exciting attacking players as well, which have come in. So really pleased about that, and excited to see what Kiss Gordon can do. Kiss Gordon, however you say it. That's one for perhaps later. But no, I think even the lad from Lincoln, I think, is going to come in and want to see. We'll want to see what he can do. He'll want to show what he can do at Championship level. So, really exciting times ahead this season, I believe, under Manning. I think Manning's a really good appointment as well. Overachieved at Bristol. No disrespect to Bristol, he completely overachieved there. Got the team to the playoffs, and I think he'll want to progress and carry on his good work. So all in all, a really positive feeling going into this season, and we hope to be able to bring it to you all on Beyond the Barclay. We've got some really good interviews coming up in the next few weeks with the likes of Amber's Army, who have got an event on later on this month. We spoke to Ian Thornton, who is the chief executive of the Community Sports Foundation. Neville, who is Forces to Canaries, the Forces to Canaries supporters group team leader. And also we have Sue Quantrill, who was the fan of the year, including some of our Beyond the South Stand shows as well, with teams that are visiting Carrow Road. We speak to their fans and learn a little bit more about them. So we're really excited to bring you that throughout the season. If anyone would want to come on and give their stories, please do. We'd love to hear from you. How the players that we brought last season also have developed and been brought on this season. So we're really excited here, and thanks once again. And as I say, sorry we couldn't bring you the full episode, but we really, as I say, we really wanted to put something out, which is why we're doing these videos and give you guys something to watch. And we hope you enjoy the match on Saturday. I'd love to know your predictions as well, guys. So if you do want to send your predictions in, we'd love to hear them, and just perhaps leave them in the comment section. We've done our own predictions, so we'll perhaps post those at some point as well for the first 5 games. Thanks everyone, goodbye.
Hello, I'm Morgan Hewitt. I'm joined by videographer Ben Glacier. You've seen some of the work that Ben has been involved in for Beyond the Barclay in the On the Stall City collaboration video. So this is the man behind the camera. We're going to briefly talk about what we think of last season, this season, and a few of the signings that we've made. So, Glacier, quickly, without further ado, last season.
I had high hopes after the whole game.
Yeah.
And I really thought we were going to kick on for that. And to be honest, I think I probably gave Hoff a bit of a leeway after that game for the majority of the season, because I knew we had it in us, but
yeah, same.
It never really resurfaced, and
Yeah, I mean, I'm not let's not labour the point. We've been through this many times on this podcast, but after Christmas, it was just felt like an uphill struggle. So, I mean, it's a brave new world. What? How do you think that? How do you think the season's going to pan out? Where do you think we might finish?
I mean, we've made a lot of signings, a lot of signings that look really good.
Yeah.
It's just how they bed in, and hopefully, everyone settles down and they get familiar with themselves and each other and start playing some really good football, and that's all we can really hope for, I think. It's possibly even more of a transition season than last season, given the signings and the manager and coaching staff.
Yeah. I think it's kind of gone a little bit. I think like last season, everyone got a bit excited. I for one got very excited about it, but this has been a little bit more like, well, let's not hype it up. Let's just kind of keep it steady, and we'll see kind of what happens. Who you most excited about other than Topic?
I'm looking forward to seeing Wright kick on this season.
Yes,
to be honest.
yeah.
I think towards the end of last season he really started to show what he's all about.
Yep.
Leadership as well as he's on the pitch, and I'm really excited to see him kick on and become sort of a really key part of our team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Wright is going to be an interesting one to see how he develops and kicks on. I think, what would you rate? We did this kind of rating thing. What would you rate the transfer window out of 10? Hard to say, isn't it?
Hard to say. I'll go with an 8.
Ooh.
I think we've covered a lot of positions that we've wanted a new defence for a while, and we've ticked that. We've wanted a defensive midfielder for a long time. We've ticked that.
Can you imagine if he does have Ricky Van Wolfswindt? I'm joking. Please, hey, club, please.
We've got 3 new goalkeepers, so we've completely reinvested in that end of the pitch, and we'll have to see if anyone else leaves, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go for a 6 or 7, because I'm a miser, and it's just one of those things. Before we drift off into the sunset, we also have another videographer by the name of Ruben Clark, who also has a video to add to this. So Ben Glacier, Ruben Clark, videographers for Beyond the Barclay. It's over and out. I've been Morgan Hewitt.
I've been Ben Glacier.
Hi everyone, I'm Killian, the Irish Flying Canary, and one of the hosts of the Beyond the Barclay channel, focused especially on away days, and also giving you a short insight before every game with the O'Grady Outlook. The new season is just around the corner. It's been a summer of rest for me, a rest from travel with the relentless series of matches in the Championship, but I'm now buzzing to get back to Carrow Road. But before I look forward, let's take a quick look back at what was a bit of a roller coaster of a season for the Canaries. Last season was, in a word, inconsistent and disappointing. We saw flashes of brilliance, particularly at home, with the team often playing some fantastic attacking football. However, our defensive frailties, especially away from home, ultimately proved to be our downfall. I think the late equaliser at Blackburn started the rot from our slide down the table, and if there was a chant that would spring to mind that would be appropriate for that period, it would have been, we never win at home, we never win away, we lost last week and we lost today. I won't go on, as this is a family show. We finished mid-table position that, while not a disaster, felt like a missed opportunity given the quality we showed at times. So what have we done this summer to fix that? It's strangely easy to forget losing some of our loyal servants like Angus Gunn and Onel Hernandez when you see the incredible work Ben and Lee have done in rebuilding the squad. Some really exciting prospects in every area of the pitch, from Vlad in goals to Medic and Darling and Schlupp in defence, and Topic and Diallo in midfield, and Quistgarden and Makama up front, just to name a few. I'd rate the transfer window a 9 out of 10 at the moment, and would increase that to 10 out of 10 if Captain America Sarge stays with us for another season. I'm optimistic for this season and think we'll end up in third place overall. In order to do that, we need a good start to the season, and here are my predictions for the first 5 games. Millwall at home will be tight, but I'm going for a 2-1 Norwich win. The cup match away to Watford will be even tighter, and I think we'll go to penalties after a 1-1 draw. And I think we will shade it, with Rory McConville scoring the winning spot kick to win it 6-5. Portsmouth away will be a tough one, and I'm going for a 0-0 draw at Fratton Park. I think we'll be surprisingly comfortable at home to Borough, and I'm going for a 2-0 win. And finally, I think we will have a statement win at Blackburn to show the league we mean business and come away with a 3-1 win. So in total, 10 points from the opening matches. In terms of an opening 11 against Millwall, I'm going for Vlad in goal with Fisher, Medic, Darling and Schlupp in the back, Wright and Topic, Diallo and Forsum behind Cernach and Sargent. My prediction for player of the season and top scorer is Ante Cernach. I think his sweet goal against Breda was just a teaser of what is to come. Excited to bring you some quality content via Beyond the Barclay this season. Buckle up and get ready for an exciting season.
Hello, I'm Ruben and I'm one of the videographers and editors here at Beyond the Barclay, and I thought I'd give my thoughts ahead of the season. So, the season starts on Saturday, Millwall at home. We all know how Millwall went last season, especially the away game. Bank holiday Monday, Easter Monday, near sellout away end, rocked up to the capital, and 3-1 loss later, no passion, no commitment, and Johannes was sacked the next day. Which set us up into this season with Wiltshire leaving the coaching staff after not being offered the job of head coach, which I think is one of those decisions where, yes, it's too soon for him to be a head coach, but we should have done more to try and keep him at Norwich. But, you know, only time will tell how that turns out. It's the appointment of Liam Manning, and now 11 signings through the door. You know, losing Borja Signs. It's definitely going to be a hit for us losing Signs, but I think it won't be as big as people are making out. So far, being able to keep a hold of Nunez and Sargent, if you ask me, I think that's really important and really impressive. They managed to keep them here, especially with the Premier League clubs. Sniffing around Sargent in particular. I mean, I expected him to join Brentford when they lost Mbumo to United, but he's still here. Signing through the door, Quistgarden, a player that I'm really excited to see in yellow and green. A complete change in the sticks. Kovacevic stepping in as our new number 1 goalkeeper. I mean, only time will tell, but things look good at Norwich at the moment, and things are exciting ahead of next season. In terms of where I think we'll finish, I mean, we're one of them clubs where playoffs is a bare minimum. We need to be pushing for playoffs. We're too good of a side to be finishing less than that, to be expecting to finish less than that. We have enough finances now to push for those playoff positions, and I mean, it's going to be really competitive. You look at the likes of Birmingham, you know, the scum to the South Ipswich, you got them to worry about. Southampton, Leicester, Coventry on the rise. You know, it's going to be a tough season, but I think we need to be pushing for playoffs at a bare minimum. And in reality, I think we'll finish around the 4th spots, 4th or 5th, and then playoffs, well, who knows? We'll have to see what the rest of the competition look like when the season actually starts. Yeah, in terms of player, I think we'll stand out this season. I think Cianatti is given the chance, will be an incredible player for us, really come out of his shell. And in terms of a player I'd like to see improve, I think Forsum. I think if the injury didn't come at the time it did, and he was given more chances by Johannes, he's one of those players that we'd be worried about losing this transfer window. But only time will tell. And with the season starting in 2 days, we'll see what happens on the Ball City. Give it all we got.
Right, so we are doing a season review from last season and obviously my predictions for this season. So last season, obviously very disappointing with Norwich. Johannes Hoff-Torp getting the sack after his first sort of transitional period season. So I'm just going to get into my predictions for next season straight away. I think personally we'll finish in the playoffs. I think we'll finish 6th. I think player of the season would be... I'm going to go with Jacob Wright. I know this is a bit of an out there shout, but I really think this year he can sort of show what he's about and prove a lot of people wrong. Well, wrong, but yeah, right, if you get what I mean. There's no pun intended in that either. But anyway, on to top goal scorer. If we keep Sargent, I'm going to go with Sargent. I do like the look of Fiskgarden, but like I said, it's a new league for him. He'll take a bit of time to settle in. And Cernak as well as another one of my shouts, but I'm going to go with Sargent, top goal scorer, because he's still at the club right now. Moving on, I think if we're going into the summer windows, I think fans will turn on. I think Diallo will take a bit of time to bed in, to be honest with you. I think Diallo could be one where fans turn on him straight away, because I think, he had a great shot in that pre-season friendly, but I do think there could be some sort of sitters missed in him early on, potentially. But I'm happy to be proven wrong for sure. So I think Diallo will take a while to bed in. He kind of reminds me of sort of when Forson came. He doesn't look like he's really physical, but he is tall and he's fast. So maybe that's something that could play to his advantage. So I'd go with Diallo. Anyway, I think we'll get into some other teams as well now. Well, obviously it's a Norwich thing, but I think we are dark horses this year. I really do. I think a lot of people are overlooking us. I think Swansea have had a good window. I think Birmingham will be up there, but I think we'll still finish in the playoffs. Will we win it? I'm going to go we are. I'm going to go we're going to win. And hopefully it's a repeat of Ipswich in the playoffs. Hopefully. That's my season predictions anyway. Let me know what you guys think.
That's all for this episode of Beyond the Barkley. Thanks for listening and supporting the podcast. If you enjoyed it, be sure to follow, leave a review and share it with fellow Norwich City fans. We'll be back soon with more insight and discussion from around Carrow Road. Until then, on the ball, City.